Ladies and gentlemen, due to unforeseen circumstances, we are unable to continue with the program you've been viewing. We regret the inconvenience caused to our viewers and offer our apologies.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex. Welcome back to Alcem. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Goldlewis Dickinson's Coffin from Guilty Gear. So this is a commission that I've done for someone. I'm going to PAX Melbourne in a couple of days, and they're going to come to pick it up very soon. But yeah, this thing is insane. It's a 1.7 meter tall coffin that you can actually stand inside and open. So I'll briefly go through the construction of the coffin, and then there will be a time lapse of some of the building process from there. Right, so the coffin itself is made from a pine frame, which is then had MDF cladded on the outside, nailed, screwed and glued. From there we have a brown paint job all the way over, meant to look like wood. I rolled that on, and then I did the edges with both brushes and with spray paint in an aluminium sort of metallic-y colour to make it look as metal as I could get it for painting over wood. Then on the sides we added on details, so there is a there's a set of hoops, 4 hoops all the way around. They're made of foam that was painted, and then that's stuck onto these brackets. On the top of the coffin on the left, we needed to work out a way to actually move this thing, because this is 1.7 meters tall, as I said. It is heavy, probably over 20 kilos. So the way you move it is you actually lean it over and you can roll it. There is a set of wheels on the very bottom and the side. It makes it very easy for transport and moving. Then right next to the handle are the spikes on the top. They are not the most accurate, unfortunately. The spikes need to be really oversized and really clunky to actually be accurate. So we had to make a compromise there, and we went with slightly smaller design, but it does depart and looks good. Also with spikes, there are spikes on the door, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all made of foam and were painted using an airbrush, because spray paint would eat that kind of foam. And then to finish off the exterior, there are a set of 2 signs, Area 51 sign and a warning, do not enter sign. Both probably like the primary visual things you see first. Yeah, this thing looks great from the outside. Sorry. This is a really nice piece. I wish I could keep this, but it's got a home it's got to go to, so someone's going to be very happy with this. Briefly as well, I mentioned the inside. You can open it. There is a latch, and the door folds open, and inside I will play some B-roll. There is basically a leather strap connected into the door to stop the door from opening too far. Then there is the back wall was painted blue to represent, in the game there's like a portal that you have aliens coming out of. So I did it in like a blue, and then the rest of the inside is covered in a red polyester material. It's kind of like wool, but it's not. Just cheap. I bought a bunch of it and basically used tack-on glue and a staple gun to get it all together. The interior is the only part I'm kind of iffy on. It's not up to the complete scratch I would like, but it's not the main focal point of the piece. The main focal point is the outside, so I'm not that fussed about how it's turned out. It is what it is. With the limited time I did have to make this, it is what I could come up with my time. And I hope with doing more projects like this, I do get to build my skills further and continue on this process to becoming hopefully a prop maker. So yeah, that is the coffin that Goldlewis Dickinson uses in Guilty Gear. Next up will be some B-roll shots of part of the making process. morning. It is a Sunday. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, and today's going to be another mainly build day. But I thought I'd stop here and do a little overview of what we've done so far, because we have covered a lot. Started off with the frame, just simple pine, put together, make like the rough shape, and then tacked on our sheets of MDF, nailed in and glued as well, and then from there I had to work out the door. The door proves to be the biggest pain possible. The shape of it and the angles that you had to do going both that way and also angled, like going around the shape of it, is a pain. So it took a bit, but we worked it out. Made another frame for the door, created some mount points for the hinges, and then mounted the hinges on the door where I liked them, and then placed that onto the body of the coffin to make sure I liked where it sat, drilled the holes, brackets in, stuck it in, added this little latch system, which is very simple, very easy. You can clip it in and it holds tension on the door, so it doesn't want to, there's no free play. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at in terms of construction. Oh, and I also added some wheels onto the bottom, which you probably can't see in shot, onto the side, so you can tilt it over like this and you roll it. That's how we're going to move it. So if I bring it back over here, easy said than done. Recently I had a big painting day, so everything was done in a kind of, what's the round called? I think it's Mission Round is what it is. It's got a litre tin of paint, and from there it was rolling it, covering it all, make sure it was even, doing a few coats, and then to do the edging detail of what would be like a metal frame on the outside of a real coffin, masking off all these big areas, and then spray painting all the gaps to create the illusion of a metal frame. There's a few things I still have to do. I'm trying to still work out in my head the spikes, because the spikes need to be like that tall and they're like mallet shaped. So I'm trying to work out what would be the best course of action. I've got spikes that are here, 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 and here. But today, what I wanted to work on were the big handles and hoops that like sits on the side. So the plan is, I have these big styrofoam molded like handles that I picked up from Spotlight, and I'm gonna mount one there, mount one down there. It's coming along. It's just a process of trial and error. There's a lot of trial and error in this, and yeah. So on to the next part. And I would be showing some more footage right now. However, we are currently out of footage. So at the time of this recording, that was 8 months ago. So bit of a gap. Yeah, I remember at the time it was a bit of a time crunch. I'm a full-time uni student, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna get this done. So I put the phone down and just smashed it out. And even in a time crunch like that, I think it turned out really good. I'll pop some photos up on top, and yeah, this thing, the sheer size of it, like, it's fantastic looking. So it like stands out so much, unlike anything else. The guy who I built it for absolutely loved it and still loves it. It gets, if you know the Melbourne cosplay community at all, and you go to conventions and stuff in Melbourne, you may have seen it. It is a regular at PAX, tries to come to Comic-Con sometimes, and also Supernova. If like the security and everything lets the thing in, because it is massive, it's 1.7 after all. It's a sight to behold. People absolutely love it. It's so cool to see, and I like people appreciating, you know, all that work. It's great. It's fantastic, and the guy loves it so much. He's massive smile on his face every time.
I'll pop some photos up above of it at the conventions, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, no, it was a fantastic project, and there are more on the way. But like I said, full-time uni student, and this is just a passion thing. I just like putting this stuff up because it's fun, you know. I love it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see what comes next.